When it comes to editing YouTube videos, there's one app that so many creators use. It's Final Cut Pro. Now, how do I know this? It's because a lot of them openly talk about it.
Final Cut Pro 11 just came out.
If you're a Final Cut editor, what is your favorite shortcut?
The absolute best way to do that is with Final Cut Pro.
And some of them have personally told me they use it. And in a lot of other cases, I'm just watching YouTube in my spare time and I can see people using effects and transitions and title templates that I recognize to be from Final Cut Pro. And I'm gonna throw Brad Mondo in here too, because I've definitely seen him use this title from Final Cut Pro, but I just couldn't find it for this video. And you may or may not know that I myself am an avid user of Final Cut Pro. In fact, I have a whole second channel dedicated to making Final Cut Pro tutorials, plus the video production agency that I own in South Florida almost exclusively edits in Final Cut Pro. And our production company has actually been featured on Apple's website for using Final Cut Pro. So yeah, I'm biased, but you don't have to take my word for it. If you just do a simple search on YouTube, like how I edit my YouTube videos or how I make my YouTube videos, you'll see a ton of creators showing themselves using Final Cut Pro. But why is this? First of all, it's an easy leap to make from iMovie. iMovie is a free editing app that comes with every Mac. And so a lot of young people get started playing around on iMovie, but they might find that over time they outgrow it because iMovie definitely has some limitations. So making the move to Final Cut is actually pretty easy. Take a side-by-side look at iMovie next to Final Cut Pro. They have very similar layouts and they both have very clean user interfaces. But let's take a closer look at that Final Cut Pro UI. It's actually deceptively simple. Final Cut Pro has a ton of very professional features that you're going to be reaching for as your editing skills develop. They're all just tucked away behind this very simple UI. And this very clean user interface on Final Cut Pro gives the illusion that it doesn't have all the tools professional editors need, but in fact, that couldn't be further from the case. Final Cut Pro has what's been called a progressive disclosure UI, meaning that the tools you need don't surface themselves to you until you need it. I like to think of it as the room of requirement. Now, if you're looking at this and thinking, okay, but how do I know where to look? Think about when you played Super Mario Brothers as a kid, and over time, you just learned which bricks had the penny banks inside of them. That's kind of how Final Cut Pro is. You over time learn where everything is when you need it. And it's not that hard once you get into it. I bet you still remember where all of those penny banks are. We should play together sometime. And listen, you don't have to figure all of this out on your own. There are tons of tutorials here on YouTube about Final Cut Pro. Like I said, I have my own second channel full of YouTube tutorials. And if you're looking for a more structured education in Final Cut Pro, you really want to learn it quickly, you can also take a look at a self-paced course like the one I offer on my website, JennJager.com, called Final Cut Rockstar. It is for new to intermediate editors or people who are already using Final Cut Pro but don't feel like they're getting the most out of it. So if you're interested in that, I'll link to that down below. Another thing people love about Final Cut Pro is that it comes with a lot of really fun title templates, effects, transitions, and other elements that you can use to spice up your videos. And they add more of these effects every year. So if you get bored of the ones in there now, just wait a while and more will appear. Or you can go to a third-party developer and purchase effects, titles, transitions, and more elements for Final Cut Pro. These third-party developers include Motion VFX and FX Factory, where you can buy elements a la carte, or you can subscribe to a site like Motion Array, where you can download an unlimited number of effects. And that is something you cannot do in iMovie. You cannot bring in third-party effects into iMovie. You can only do that in Final Cut Pro. Another feature creators love from Final Cut Pro is voice isolation, which is a one-click machine learning tool that greatly reduces background noise in your videos. It really does wonders. Take a listen.
Downstairs, and to get downstairs you have to go lower. Down a flight of stairs, that's how you get here. Downstairs, and to get downstairs you have to go lower. Down a flight of stairs, that's how you get here.
Another great thing about Final Cut Pro is that it's a one-time fee as opposed to a lot of other editing apps, particularly Adobe's Premiere Pro, which is a very popular app, but that one is subscription-based. And you might have like a little sticker shock when you first look at the price of Final Cut Pro. But if you do the math, in just over a year, the one-time purchase of Final Cut Pro is less expensive than a subscription subscription to Adobe Premiere. I myself bought Final Cut Pro so many years ago and I only had to pay for it once. So the amount of money I've saved is astronomical. So you can see that it doesn't take long for Final Cut Pro to be the most sensible economic choice. Plus, Final Cut Pro has a free trial, so you can check it out without spending anything. Another great thing about Final Cut Pro, in particular in comparison to Premiere Pro, is that it's famously stable. Final Cut Pro only works on Macs, and because of that, it really just has to be optimized to work on Mac products as opposed to Premiere Pro, which has to work on a PC and a Mac, and I think that can affect the stability of Premiere Pro, which has a terrible reputation for stability. I actually found this hilarious video on YouTube with a Premiere Pro user timing out how long it would take for Premiere to crash once he opened it. Spoiler alert, it was just 8 seconds. So then why do people use Premiere Pro if it's so expensive and it crashes so much? It's because Adobe offers an amazing suite of products for creative professionals like Photoshop, like After Effects, which is a really powerful motion graphic and VFX program, and also Adobe Illustrator. And these all kind of integrate with each other, including Premiere Pro. And then Adobe bundles them together in one subscription price if you want it. So people kind of get locked in to using Premiere Pro because they're using all of those other products. But if you don't need that kind of cross-app synergy, then I think Final Cut Pro probably will be a great choice for you. But if you are looking for that kind of cross-app functionality, you should know that Apple does have complementary apps for Final Cut Pro, including Apple Motion, which is a motion graphics companion app for Final Cut Pro. And they just acquired an app called Pixelmator Pro, which is kind of a hybrid between Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, and Pixelmator integrates with Motion. And I do think that now that Apple owns all three of these apps, we're going to see so much more cross-app functionality. So now you know what so many YouTubers are using to edit their videos. If you think Final Cut Pro sounds like a good choice for you, I do have on my other channel a whole video for great tools just for content creators to use in Final Cut Pro. You should definitely check that out. But I want to know, what are you using? I'm super curious. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll put that creator video right here for you, and I'm going to let YouTube pick out something it thinks you're going to like right down here. Thanks so much.